Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the 21-day manifestation challenge, and today is day 17. It's all going quite quickly now. It's going to be over before we know it. So I hope that you actually have learned something or can take something from it for your own manifestation process. Okay, today I want to introduce you to a great favourite of mine, and that's Esther Hicks. Now, I'll give you a very brief description of Esther because some people have found it quite difficult, found her work quite difficult to follow, and I don't think it is at all, but she does have quite a rapid fire delivery, and she uses terminology, and people end up sort of saying, what does that actually mean? So hopefully I can cut out just one or two of the lingo bits because it is actually very easy and it makes sense. Now, Esther Hicks has been doing this work for a long time, maybe 30, maybe even 40, up to 40 years. She started with her husband and Jerry, and he died sadly quite a few years back, and so she's been doing it ever since by herself. But they started this together. They began by meditating, and they realized that Esther had a special connection. So the long and short of it is she channels, and I wouldn't even call it spirit, I will call it an entity, because it's a collection of energy, she says, which she has named from a deep subconscious level Abraham. So she's channeling source energy at some level. And over the years I've watched her evolve. Her speech is slightly different now when she channels, but she's still very rapid fire. But it's fantastic, the work that she does. So I would suggest, there's so much on YouTube about Esther and Jerry Hicks, particularly Esther and the work of Abraham. I sort of listen every day, probably, because there's so many people putting up her work that there's a massive amount to choose from. But I listen maybe every day, just 10-minute bites, because I find something in it that offers me something, just that little bit of, yeah, I've forgotten about that, or a little bit of, excuse me, it's very cold here, and I think I've got a bit of a cold, a bit of, just a little boost. So Esther, in the main, always talks about law of attraction, and she uses that term, but doesn't always go on, you know, law of attraction. She talks a lot about vibration and vibrational energy, and as you know, that is a huge component of manifestation. She talks a lot about the difficulties we face as human beings and how we are often out of alignment. Which means that our vibration is not high, and they ultimately believe that we are on this earth, and we have our own paths, and we have made our own contracts, but we have to find our way to joy and happiness, and that is what we are meant to do. We are meant to find our joy and happiness through all the suffering, through all the crap, through all that life can offer so many people. So she will talk all the time about vibrational energy, being in alignment. She talks about the vortex, and people often say, what on earth is this vortex? Well, the vortex, if you can imagine it, is like, for me it does actually feel like a huge energetic pipe, and that might sound a bit weird, but I find it that this energy, this sort of pipe energy, which is moving and swirling, and we have been manifesting all our lives. You haven't just started manifesting now because you're raising your own awareness. You have been manifesting all your life. So, but how we manifest is the absolute energetic result of our thoughts and our beliefs. So you have already put into your vortex, into your waiting room, into your energy pipe, as I sort of think it is, what you will actually experience. So that's why, if we want to either change or make it better and introduce new experiences, new experiences, which will involve happiness, joy, and the happiness and joy is unique to each and every one of us. So for some, it may mean financial security. For others, it may mean finding love, having a family, because that's where their joy and happiness really lie. For some, it may be traveling the world, having freedom. We are all completely different beings. So what is in your vortex is your creation. So it's just interesting to think that we have that power to change. We have that power to manifest what it is we really want to have happen. So be aware that your thoughts, which are controlling your vibration, are shaping your experiences to come. And that's really crucial to understand. So I will put some videos underneath this little video today so you can start having tasters of how Esther sounds. A lot of you will be familiar already with her work. But for me, she's just one of those people that have that special, unique ability to channel. And I love channeling. I listen to a lot of it. It may be a different concept for you. It may put you off initially to think, what am I listening to? But she just comes across as a very regular, normal woman with a very fast, quick-fired answer delivery. And there are human beings like that anyway. But this is Esther channeling Abraham. So this is for me, a divine connection to source energy, who's trying to help us on this path by providing answers and helping just guide us. So please give it a try. Let me know how you get on with it. And on a little housekeeping note, if you're still following and you have any questions, please try and get them in the next day or two, because I will want to do another question and answer before we wrap up, which will be Tuesday morning, will be the last one. And so keep in touch. Bye for now.